The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, made that against Islam. Is the first religion, unlike Christianity, long before them. Google search, which religion gave women the most rights up front, or ChatGPT it. Women were not allowed to own land. They were not allowed, and they could be forced into marriage. Does this happen in the Muslim world? These are cultural differences. It's not the doctrine. You cannot be forced to marry someone against your will in Islam. And anyone that does that is in direct violation of the faith. And it's not, do we think or not think, like clear as day. As far as her age, there's no proof she was one or the other. She wouldn't have known her own age anyway. How are you going to know your age if no one's celebrating your birthday? There's no records. You start keeping time in your mind, okay? No one ever attacked him for being, she was engaged before him. So it was normal that she was engaged already, in her hand in marriage. There is no 100% she was that. She wouldn't have even known her own age. My own grandmother, who died in the early 2000s, didn't even know her own age. Why? She came from rural Albania, Kosovo to be exact. They had no records. The state didn't keep records. She didn't even know how old she was. She knew she was somewhere in her 80s. But in the teens, 2 or 3 years makes a big difference in today's world and in the ancient world. But if this was only something that was on the Muslim side, you got something to say. Explain to me, as an American, leave religion out of it, and I condemn it 100%. Why was the age of consent in Delaware, Joe Biden's home state, 7 years old, consent, and then 10 years old? You could get married in New York at 13. Is this normal today? People go to jail today if they do these things. You're worried about ancient Arabia that followed the practices and the customs of the entire world, yet we can go only 100 years ago in our own country, and you tell me why a Christian nation founded on Christian principles, that was the age of marriage and consent in modern history.
Can I respond on your points now?
Last point, that's hypocrisy. And yes, the mother of Christianity, Catholicism, and their encyclopedias, the spreaders of Christianity, said the Virgin Mary was no more than 14. Most scholars believe 12 years old. If that's normal and you can defend that, then come talk over here. Otherwise, you can't. So go ahead.
All right.
And everyone can Google search it themselves.
Fingers crossed.
Let's talk about the father impregnating Mary at 14.
Total
Up to
14.
Am I going to be able to speak?
Yes, you can.
All right.
12 is the general consensus.
That's a bunch of BS. That comes from a work called the Proto-Evangelium of James, a late 2nd century work, which the Catholic Encyclopedia says is unreliable. Scholars today like Michael Satlow, Amram Trapper, will tell you that girls in Palestine in the time period of Mary were not being married until late teens to early 20s.